Hello and welcome to an episode of Atomic Vinyl Reviews. My name's Jacob and today we are celebrating Godzilla's 67th anniversary. That's right, it is November 3rd again, the year's 2021, so it's been 67 years since the original 1954 movie Godzilla hit cinemas in Japan. So yeah, exciting day. And the way we're going to celebrate is I'm going to do a little bit of Godzilla action figure news today. Basically give you an overview of a few cool figures that have been very recently announced that we're going to be getting really soon. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first of all, here we are on the Articulation series where we got all our MonsterArts figure releases. So here are all the recent upcoming ones, well almost all of them, I'll see why in a sec, but at the very left hand side over here, do you guys see that? Oh my god, we got a 2021 anime version of Jet Jaguar being put out as a MonsterArts figure. I was not expecting this, but I am so excited for this one. I really enjoyed Jet Jaguar in this particular anime, and him coming out as a MonsterArts figure is going to be really cool. So I've actually got a page open here where we got some more photos of this guy that we can take a good look at. Look at that thing. Just look at him. I'm also glad it's the version of him with the much longer legs as opposed to the little stubby legs he had in the beginning of the series. So that is a plus. And he of course comes with his, what do you call it? His big axe or spear made out of Anguirus's horn. Detail-wise, looking really good. They adapted him really well from the anime, I think, and putting him into this 3D form looks really good here. Just love the bright colors on this guy, and I mean, it's Jet Jaguar. You can't not love Jet Jaguar. Very cool. And they seem to have his whole jetpack concoction here as well, which, you know, they really didn't have to do that, but nonetheless, that is so cool. And down here we actually have him next to the massive Godzilla Ultima from Singular Point. So yeah, we're still waiting for this figure to come out from MonsterArts, but it's looking really promising, and now we have Jet Jaguar to pair with him, so that is excellent. At least down here, what they're saying is that this figure is going to ship in April 2022. So that is very exciting and will retail for $87 US. I don't really care about that because I live in Australia and these things are always bloody overpriced here, no matter what they retail in the US or in Japan or whatnot. Regardless, I'm really keen to pick this guy up. I think he looks really great. I'm a huge Jet Jaguar fan. Personally, I wish they would eventually release a Showa era Jet Jaguar, so fingers crossed that happens in the near future, but this is very promising. I love the look of this thing, especially the eyes. These photos here are probably not as clear as they could be. I've seen some slightly clearer ones, but the eyes on this thing look really great with that translucent plastic effect they got going on them. So that's really nice. I just love the metallic look of this guy. I think they did a great job with the redesign of Jet Jaguar in Singular Point. I was on the fence when I first saw the little stubby leg version, like most people were, but when he came out fully formed in this kind of version, yeah, I was sold. Pretty cool. Today we don't just have one MonsterArts figure announced. No, we have two. So here we go. We got the 1971 Hedorah figure. Hedorah is officially going to be a MonsterArts figure. So when these images started popping up, I was like, is this real? Is it not? But apparently people are saying it's real. So this is very exciting. Hedorah, the 71 version of him in a MonsterArts figure. For so long, Hedorah has been one of those kaiju that, though had a really big sort of underground cult following, it was really very difficult to get any figures of him. However, now we've got, some Bandai vinyls popping up here and there, YMSF figures. That's a good place to get some some figures of Hedorah, but now we're actually gonna get a full-on proper MonsterArts version, which is really, really, really exciting. So this is obviously Hedorah's final form, because he does have a few different variations in that film, but this is going to be, MonsterArts of the final form, which is really, really cool. So we got these two images here. We got the an image at some sort of festival where they have the figure standing out. You got the little plaque there, looking really cool. And then we have like a stock image up here, and this is a little 50th anniversary logo there for Hedorah, because I think that's the reason they're putting this figure out, because 71, 50 years ago. So now we got 2021. They were announcing 50th anniversary MonsterArts figures. That is so exciting. Although I'm guessing they're not going to release this guy till 2022 at the very least. So yeah. But wow, very, very excited. I was definitely not expecting a Hedorah, especially since the Godzilla line hasn't got, say, the 84 Godzilla yet, or even the 2004 Final Wars Godzilla, which we have kind of got teased in the past recently. That's going to be coming out, but that one hasn't even been sort of like officially announced as of yet. So the fact that we're getting like a slightly more obscure Showa era kaiju is really exciting, and I'm really glad they're doing this because I love Showa era kaiju. So please, MonsterArts, if you're listening, more of that. I would definitely love an Anguirus and a Showa era Gigan, all that cool stuff. That would be much appreciated. Or like I said, a 1984 Godzilla from you guys would be very, very nice. I mean, you really can't top a MonsterArts figure being announced, and we got two of them! Two of them! Not to mention, there's still, if we go back to the Articulation Series page here, we've still got basically a whole row of figures here that we're still waiting on. I mean, okay, the 89 here has actually technically been released already, but I'm still waiting for mine to arrive. God only knows when that's going to happen, so I've pre-ordered him. He should be shipping really soon, actually. So I'm still waiting on this one, but we've got, the re-release of the Final Wars Gigan. We got Godzilla Ultima from the anime Netflix series, and we have our Mechagodzilla from 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong, and we have the repaint of King Ghidorah from Godzilla King of the Monsters, the gold repaint. I probably won't be picking that up because I have the original version with the crappy paintwork, and it's bloody expensive, and it's such a fiddly figure. Like, I can't even display mine at the moment because I don't have room for it, nor is it really compelled to stand when I'm trying to, it's fiddly. It's an annoying figure, so I'm not going to be forking out heaps more money for a slightly shinier variant at the moment. I don't know. Maybe I will regret that in future. However, I'm definitely 100% going to be picking up this Jet Jaguar here, which is a Japanese, web exclusive or web shop exclusive. So I think for a lot of people out there that does make it a bit more difficult to get. But here in Australia, MonsterArts figures are just difficult to get in general regardless, so I'm not too fussed about that. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming out of the MonsterArts line, but let's slide over into the Bandai Movie Monster Series line. And recently, where is it? Here we go. We got 3 brand new figures announced from these guys. So we got the Movie Monster Series Godzilla 1991 figure, a brand new variant of that one. So this is a photo right here, looking very, very nice, very fancy. So of course from the 1991 movie Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. It's kind of another fan favorite Godzilla design. I don't think that he perfectly captured his face here. He has a very, very distinctive face. Like, I'm very, very fortunate to have the Yuji Sakai Modeling Collection X Plus version of this particular Godzilla, and that thing looks exactly like he did in the movie. Where is it? He's up in the middle back there, if you guys can see on the tiny little screen. And that figure there is just perfect, perfect, but I've always found that with the Bandai vinyls in particular, they never quite get the Heisei Godzillas right. They always kind of look a little bit more cartoony, a little bit more silly, especially in the face area, but this is definitely an upgrade from some of their previous figures from the Heisei Godzilla line. This one looks very nice. I'm very excited to actually pick this one up when he is available. So moving on, aside from a new Godzilla, we got a brand new sculpt of Gamera. So of course they have in previous years put out this version of Gamera. This is the 1999 Gamera 3 Revenge of Iris variant of Gamera. Probably the most angular, the most intense, and like just, aggressive version of this flying kaiju turtle. So yeah, very excited for this one as well. I don't actually have the previous release in my collection, so I'll definitely be trying to pick this one up. And I mean, look at this thing. He looks awesome. I love the metallic paint down his chest here. Looks very well sculpted. The very nice angular shell. He's got an open mouth this time. The previous figures of this one didn't have an open mouth. That's really good. Yeah, very cool. But if this wasn't enough, we also got, finally, because this is really exciting because I don't have any version of this kaiju in my collection, but finally got an Iris figure. A Bandai Movie Monster Series Iris figure. So this is the other kaiju from that same film with that Gamera. Very exciting. Look at it. It looks so elaborate, so fancy. It's just a bizarre kaiju design. It almost looks like an organic looking transformer or something like that. It's hard to describe. It's really difficult to get figures of Iris, especially at a decent price point. So this is really great. I really dig it when Bandai put out figures of more obscure kaiju like this, which is, I mean, is Iris an obscure kaiju? Yeah, I guess in the scheme of things, I would say so, yes, at least in terms of, accessibility to the figures and stuff like that. So this is really, really exciting, at least I think so. I'm going to be trying to pick up all three of these if I can. It's going to be very cool. And does this say when these are coming out on? Oh, they actually say more is expected to be announced on Godzilla Day, November 3rd. So that is today when I am filming. Yay! But I don't think it says when these are actually coming out, but they'll probably be coming out soon enough. Let's jump to the Godzilla store, because we actually have some really cool exclusive figures that have just been announced coming out on this store. So it is a little bit tricky to buy from here if you don't live in Japan. You'll have to use a third-party site to actually buy it for you to an address in Japan and then have it posted over, so you need a proxy for that. It does get a bit pricey, but if you're really after these things, it can be really worth it. So the first one we got here is an X Plus of the Godzilla ride version. So recently I actually have the Bandai vinyls of them, but they did create a unique design of Godzilla for a very special 3D virtual reality theme park ride they have somewhere in some theme park in Japan. And they are now actually releasing a very, very detailed X Plus figure of this Godzilla design. So let's take a look. There's plenty of nice detailed photos here. I will have links to all these places in the description below, so you can take a better look at this guy for yourself than what you're seeing on my screen here. But already you can see this is a very, very nice looking figure. I have kind of mixed opinions on the actual design itself. I think from certain angles it looks great, from others it looks really kind of derpy. Take it, as you will. But the figure itself looks very impressive. It does look up to X Plus quality, looking very nice. And probably very big as well. It's in the 30 centimeter scale here. Says it stands 31 centimeters tall by 60 centimeters long. So that's a big tail. It's also got really big feet, this design, and just large legs. If you guys are willing to fork out a little bit, this guy might be worth picking up and adding to your collection. As for me, I think I'm going to have to pass on this one. As much as I would genuinely love this in my collection, I have to be a little bit more picky with the X Plus figures that I select, just because of the pricing of them, and especially with shipping and stuff like that, it gets a little bit insane these days with X Plus figures. So I'm probably gonna have to put a skip on this guy. However, there are a couple more on the Godzilla store website that I might be picking up. So here we've got the Godzilla Store Limited Edition Movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla 75, pardon me, damaged color version. So this is Mechagodzilla 2 technically. So from the Terror of Mechagodzilla film, we actually have him done in silver. Because recently I actually picked up a version of this guy from the Godzilla store done in a metallic teal cyan-ish green color. And that figure is really cool. I really dig the actual figure itself. However, I would also love to pick up this version of him where he's actually got the authentic color from the film. So, a bit more screen accurate. And yeah, I just recommend this sculpt to you guys if you do get a chance to pick this one up. I know this will be a really, really good release from Bandai. So again, a little bit tricky to get if you don't live in Japan. It can get kind of pricey, especially for, what it is, a Movie Monster Series figure. But could be worth it, could be worth it. I think I'll be actually trying to pick this one up. And finally, we got a Gorosaurus figure. Yes, the Godzilla store is now stocking Bandai Movie Monster Series Gorosaurus figures. So this is really, really exciting because I really like Gorosaurus. I don't know why. I've only really seen him in Destroy All Monsters. I haven't actually watched King Kong Escapes or whichever one has Gorosaurus in it originally. But I've always liked his addition in that film, even though it was a minor cameo, basically. And he's another one of those kaiju that he's quite obscure in the scheme of things, yet recently we actually got those Playmates figures coming out, which look amazing, considering they're Playmates figures, and it just blows my mind that they actually are showing up in stores, just like you can go to a normal store and pick up one of them. Unfortunately, as of the time recording this video, they haven't shown up in any of my local stores, because here in Australia they show up in Kmart, the Playmates line of Godzilla figures, but they haven't quite shown up in Brisbane here as of yet. However, I do know that they have shown up in other parts of Australia, and that you can pick them up obviously in the US and places like that. But now we got another Gorosaurus figure to actually compare that one to. So I'm probably going to try and pick this one up as well as the Playmates one when it does show up. And I also have the YMSF figure in my collection. And we can do a little bit of a comparison video of all those ones. See which one's the best Gorosaurus figure out of all of those. So this is going to be exciting. And again, though he looks a little derpy, that's actually very, very screen accurate. This guy looks really accurate how he looked in the films. Because he did look just kind of like a derpy sort of dinosaur suit looking thing. But yeah, I like it. I definitely do, because Gorosaurus is awesome. So yeah, that is gonna basically be it for this little figure news update. There's definitely more stuff that's being released. However, these are just the main ones that I've recently found out about and that I think are the most interesting. However, like the article back here somewhere said, there are likely more of these things to be released today. Because, Godzilla's birthday, when better to announce some more Godzilla figures than today. So, fingers crossed we get even more cool stuff. Hopefully not more MonsterArts figures, though. I only say this because if we get too many MonsterArts figures at once, it gets very, very expensive. And it can be a bit overwhelming. So I do like it when they space them out just a bit. Just a little wee bit, but the more they actually announce, the better, objectively. So yeah, I'm probably going to leave this video here. I want to, wish all of you guys the best Godzilla day that you can have, and thank you for tuning into my video on this lovely Godzilla's birthday. And yeah, may your vinyl be a radiated vinyl. Over and out. Bye.